Okay, all right. Another day. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Rise Beyond Podcast. I'm your host, Ephraim Maloba, and in this podcast, we are here to learn and have education about real life experiences that majority of our visitors or people go through. And in our podcast, we believe that in every challenge, behind every challenge, there is a lesson or an education that or a lesson that we learn, and behind every struggle there is a success at the end of the tunnel. Today we are privileged to have a special guest with us who is going to share his life experience, and I know we are going to learn from his journey up to where he has reached today. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, for as we start, let's say maybe um, could you please introduce yourself and tell us what you are passionate about?
Thank you. Before I introduce myself, I want to particularly thank you for inviting me to this podcast. It's a very special moment for me to talk about things that really matter in life.
Yes.
My name is Agan Umwamba. My surname, my dad's name is Ogango.
Yes.
Yeah, a born again Christian. Grown in a very ardent Christian family in some part in Western Kenya. What I will want people to know about me is that I'm a very patriotic Kenyan,
Yes.
a Christian, a hardworking man, a family man, and I'm very passionate about making changes in lives of others and also my life and family.
That's great. That's great. Now, assuming that if someone met you today, what would you want them to know about you?
I'm a very straightforward and honest man, especially when it comes to my profession
Yes.
as a teacher. People really need to understand that you can be a straightforward man, a honest man, a hardworking man, from whichever capacity, and still make it in life, or make your life better and the life
Wow,
of your
wow,
family.
wow. That's great. And is there any moment in life that changed your life forever?
Yeah. The moment that changed my life, I remember it vividly well, is when I first set my feet in Nairobi.
Wow.
Yeah. Coming to the city was a really life-changing moment for me.
Okay. And what was the biggest challenge that you have ever had to overcome?
The biggest challenge in my life is having that financial muscle to develop your life. As a young man, it hasn't been quite an easy journey trying to put your funds together to ensure that your life is maybe conforming to the set standards of a good life in our country.
Yes.
Yeah. So the challenge of finances really made me to think a lot about what I should do to ensure that my life becomes better.
And actually, that financial, that challenge is what is affecting most of the young people today. Because they keep on trying, but everything that they try to do, some of them backfires and some of them do not go on their way. So they end up making some of the mistakes that people they might have avoided. Yeah. Now, during your hardest season, what kept you moving forward?
What kept me moving is that I believe that I'm a strong man. I'm strong physically and also strong in mind to do something. Yeah. And I tend to believe that for you to make your life better, you should never confine yourself to those set standards of life. Like now, maybe if you are a university graduate, a lot of people might want to see maybe you working in a very good company, doing well in life and all that. They don't really remember that these are if you want your life to be a good life, there isn't always a very standard way of starting your life. So, having been given a working brain and also physically fit, I decided that before I join maybe the profession of my dream, I'll really start working anywhere that I can get an opportunity, because after all, what we want is getting that money to ensure that you are alive and you are being happy.
Wow, wow, that's great. And then let's say, what lessons did that experience influence the way you lead, work, or even serve others today?
I believe in being punctual, especially when you've been given a task to undertake. I can base this in my real life experience as a matatu tout in Nairobi.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I joined a group of friends of mine who are working in the matatu sector here in Nairobi, in Embakasi area. Some of my friends who are housing me told me, man, you really need to wake up with us very early in the morning. Yes. In Nairobi, if you wake up very early in the morning, chances are that your life is likely to change before midday. So we used to wake up very early in the morning at about 3, walk all the way from Pipeline to Donholm. To Donholm at about 3 a.m. in the morning, so that we can get that matatu. Then we start getting passengers from further. Some of them going to Mudhurwa market in the morning, especially the grocers. Yes. Yeah, and these people were selling these household items very early in the morning. So by the time it's 6, we have already made something for ourselves. Before now, we start getting our laps to areas like Githunguri, Utawala, sometimes to Donholm, Kariobangi, Allsops and all that. So this really shaped my life to believe that you really need to wake up very early in the morning as a man and do something significant before the others.
Wait. And by the time you were doing this, you already had a degree.
I already had a degree.
So a degree, but walking from Embakasi all the way to Donholm, doing all those hustling. What is it that inspired you?
My friends are in Nairobi. My friends have got degrees. Others have really done very well. They are done very prestigious courses in university. But I see them waking up very early in the morning to go and get a matatu. Some of them are given what we call squads. Wow. Yeah, so that they can make something before the real owner or the driver and the conductor have arrived. Maybe sometimes you find that you've made something for yourselves before maybe now the normal duty of matatu work starts at about 6:30, 7 there. Yeah.
And you know, by that time you had a chance to even do other nest things, but you decided not to. Yeah. You decided to do everything that you can to earn your little shilling that you can get. Yeah. Wow. And then how are you using your experience to make a difference today?
I usually tell young men, especially those ones who are very fresh from university, colleges, especially from my countryside. Sometimes I tell them that it doesn't matter where you are at that moment. It doesn't matter where people think you will be in a few years to come. What matters is that use your current life as a stepping stone to better yourself. Yeah. Wow. If you have got a degree in education, try to get a school to teach. If you cannot get a school, go to some menial job, hang on there. Because after all, you need to pay your bills. What matters is the bills. Are you dressing? Are you at least having a decent clothes to wear maybe? Do you have somewhere you sleep? Are you able to buy for yourself food? Maybe you make yourself healthy. So that at least when an opportunity arises, you are there to go for that opportunity. And I usually remind them that opportunity cannot follow you to your comfort zone. Yes. Opportunity meets you at your strategic and vantage point of life. Wow. So if you get a school to teach in Nairobi, then probably it means that that opportunity should at least find you at a proximity to that particular place. That is Nairobi.
So instead of just sitting back and then telling people that I'm educated, I have a degree, whatever, and yet you have nothing, you can't pay your bills, you can't even have a house, you can't pay your rent. What are you supposed to do? Look for something. Look for something. Begin from somewhere. Okay. What would you tell somebody who is maybe stuck or is going through difficult season as we speak now?
Man, there is no shortcut to a good life. Or there is no shortcut to a comfortable life or a modest life. Yes. The only shortcut is getting out of the comfort zone. You just wake up. Like, you know, I want you to take this example. If you have lived in Nairobi here, yes. Take an example. If you wake up very early in the morning, you see a lot of people walking towards a particular direction. Yes. Then you ask yourself, where are all these people going? Yeah. Those people have got specific places they are going. Even if you see a lot of them going to one direction, they will just divert at some specific point then go to where maybe they are working. Others are going to Mjengo. Others are going to industrial area to work in those industries. Others are hawkers in city markets, you know. Others are going to sit somewhere to wait for someone to take them to their home to wash clothes and all that. So the most important thing is just wake up, be strategic. Think about what you can do, because if God has given you an ability maybe to have gone to school, then probably you also have the ability to think of something that you can do.
Very true, very true, very true, very true. Wow, I like that. So there is no room for relaxing.
There is no room for relaxing. Life is moving so fast. If all these successful people you see here in Nairobi,
Yes.
you ask them where they started from,
Yes.
some of them you might even realize that their life was even way worse than
Behind every struggle, there is a success.
theirs.
And behind every challenge, there is a lesson.
Yeah.
Wow. And then what habits or mindset have kept you or have helped you continue growing?
I really don't have a definite answer for that, but
Yes.
what I can really say is that as long as you have a positive mindset, you need to really to be optimistic about life. The moment you face life with a lot of positivity,
Yes.
I tend to think that things will start working out.
We'll start working.
But the moment you just look at it from the very negative perspective, chances are, yeah, about 8% chances are that things are going to be bad for you. But the moment you believe that if I'm going to this direction, and I think, your conscience must always tell you that if I go to this direction, there is something good here.
There's something
Yeah.
good here.
And I tend to believe that whatever your mind or whatever comes in your mind at the beginning, chances are that that is the right thing for you to do. If something comes and tells you that you really need to wake up and do some work, and you actually wake up and do that work, you are at the beginning of your success story. But the moment you just say, no, I'll just sit on my degree, I'll just sit on my certificate, I'll just sit on my diploma and wait for work to locate you. Man, a lot of people need work. But as long as you just take a strategic position to wait for that opportunity, things will start working well.
Things will start working. Yeah. Okay. How is life in the city currently?
Life in the city moves very fast.
Yes.
And the reason why life moves very fast in the city is because everybody is very ready to grab the slightest opportunity that arises.
Yes.
And another thing is that for you to have a decent life in the city, you really need to have these financial muscles. It doesn't mean that you need to have a lot of millions for you to live a modest life, but at least you have something to pay for your bills, to pay your bills at the end of the month.
Yes.
Do you have fare if you are driving? Do you have fuel for your car and all that? So life is moving very fast. The city is up for grabs for people who are really strategic.
Yes.
Yeah. The moment you just relax, you don't like you are in Nairobi. You have never known even where Jogo House is. You don't even know where Mudurwa is. There is something wrong with a person who stays at one particular point of the city without knowing what is happening in Kasarani.
Yes.
What is really happening along Thika Road. What are my friends doing in Rongata Rongai and all that. The moment you become that mobile person, but mobile with purpose, yeah, you will get an opportunity that really wanted you to exploit it to your advantage.
There is somebody who used to tell me that everybody you see in Nairobi, there is a high possibility that that person has ever gone up to Form 4. And the majority of them have a degree. So you're coming to the city and then you start saying, oh, because I have a degree, I can't do this, I can't do hawking, I can't sell my eye, I can't do this. At the end of the day, you'll have to go back home.
Yeah, you have to go back. Like now, this reminds me of a very interesting part of my journey coming to the city.
Yeah.
After graduation, I've gone back home, just there in the farm, looking after animals and all that. In the countryside, of course, there is food you have eaten and all that, but there is no circulation of money.
Yes.
So I need to join my family to come to celebrate graduation of my brother in a university somewhere in Mayo. So when we are ready to go back, I tell my parents, no, I really need to hang around here to see what is happening. I don't want to go back to. So they give me fare. They tell me when you're ready to come home, come home.
You come home.
Within the first 2 days, that fare, because of that need of having money, I've already eaten all that money. Then I now started thinking about what am I going to do. I just braced myself up like a man. I need to look for those people I grew with back in the countryside to tell me what is really happening here. I say in Nairobi, I started my life in Nairobi, I raised a family in Nairobi, and here I am. It's quite interesting. I have a whole chapter of my book talking about how I really liked staying in the city. Going to the countryside has never been an opportunity for me, in my perspective. But you can make your life better anywhere in this country. But for me, my fertile ground is in the city.
Yes. I remember when I finished my college, and then I started, teaching in a small school back in the village, and they were to pay me 3,000 shillings at the end of every month. So after 1 week, I told them that I need advance, and the principal gave me 1,500 shillings. that 1,500 shillings is what brought me in Nairobi. You know, now I came in Nairobi, coming to stay with my friend, and I don't have anything. But now life had to change. I had now to start thinking as a man, and here we are. Now, one word that describes you today.
I am very proud being a teacher. Not an ordinary teacher.
Yes.
I don't want to sound boastful, but like, it's something that my students have felt. The parents of the students have taught how they have felt. The schools that I've taught here, how they have felt about me working with them and all that. What I can say is that I really have passion for changing lives of young people.
Yes.
Yeah. And I've mentored a few of them, and I think that keeps me going. And I think even blessings of the Lord usually come to those people who want to instigate a change in lives of random people.
True, very true. Now, as a teacher, is there any book that you've ever read and it changed your life, or it influenced your life, so that that boy or that girl who is still in high school, or who is in the university, or even that person who has already finished, can even read that book, and then you think it can change everything in him?
I'm not really good. I'm not really good at motivational books.
Yes.
I'm very passionate about reading historical biographies.
Yes.
Yeah, like I've read the historical biography of a man called Raila Odinga the Great and all that. Yeah, within Raila Odinga's life, there's some stories about resilience, hard work, motivation and all that.
Yes.
I'm currently reading a book called By Way of Deception. It's written by some Israeli writer called Victor Ostrovsky.
Yes.
Within that Victor Ostrovsky, in that book, it has got very, very serious lessons about life. Yeah, I've read books like I've read a book like Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe. It was my classical reading in the university.
Yes.
That book has got a lot of lessons. Lessons about believing in your true identity, working hard, trying to make a change in your life, trying to make your life better than you found it, or than you found your family living in, and all that. So I've read a variety of books. I really don't have a specific book I can tell maybe students or any other random people to read. So it's a number of books.
Very true, very true. That's great, that's great. And then maybe as we wind up, any daily habit that you can't live without?
Eating ugali, ugali and vegetables. It's a habit that I'm really proud of.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I can't miss a day or two reading a new book or watching a new documentary.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's great. And then, what is one fear that you've ever conquered?
That is a very difficult one.
Yes.
The fear of not making it in life, or the fear of not making yourself better in life,
Yes.
is something that I've really thought of for quite some time. And I really thank God that at least I'm really making a little difference in my life as time goes by.
Yes.
And I'm quite optimistic that my life will always be better as time goes by, because I've really forgotten the fear that I had with life.
That's great.
I used to fear paying bills. I used to fear going to bed hungry without food.
Yes.
I also used to fear that I had the fear of drug abuse and all that, because I've surrounded myself with the people who have gone into drugs.
Yes.
Yeah, drugs are just their habit, alcoholism and all that. So because I've seen people going into drug abuse and alcoholism in a very natural way, without someone thinking that they would even land into that particular.
Yes.
So I always had fear that, hey man, what if I also find myself in this particular catastrophe?
Yes.
But I've really conquered it sometime, because I haven't got into those habits, and I pray that God helps me not to ever get into such habits.
That's great. That's great. That's great. Now, in a summary, what do you think success is?
Success is just making a little difference in your life.
making a little difference in your life?
It doesn't matter. It's step by step. You buy yourself a new shirt today, you have already made a success in your life. Yeah. You make maybe you buy a new bedding. Even if you bought a bed sheet, you are already becoming successful.
That's great.
Yeah. You buy maybe you can even buy yourself a new shoe. That is your success already defined very well. It doesn't mean that you need to really get a whole million.
Yes.
At a time.
Okay.
What matters is even if you are making yourself making your health better, minding your diet, trying to relate well with others, your workmates and all that, you are on your journey to success. So success is not about the quantity of change you are making. It's about how significant little steps are going to change your life.
Wow. Okay. Then what is this one message that you like our listeners to remember after this conversation? You can look at the camera and talk to them.
There is nothing of a significant value that comes without sacrifice. There is nothing. If you want to make your life better, you want to be successful, you have to forgo some habits, you have to sacrifice some lifestyles for you to be successful. There is nothing significant. There is no significant change you can make in your life without sacrificing something.
That's great. And then, where can people connect you? Let's say if somebody wants to meet you or wants to connect you, where do you think they can connect you?
Yeah, I'm very passionate with social media because that's where I connect with a lot of people. You can find me on Facebook. My Facebook name is Omwamba. Yeah. My middle name twice, that is Omwamba. You can also find me on Instagram at Agan96. Yeah, and Twitter you can find me on Omwamba Agan on X, on X platform. Yeah.
Okay, all right, that's great. And thank you for coming to our Rise Beyond podcast. Your journey, your story makes us to believe that the moment or the difficulties that we are going through should not define us, but should prepare us for greater purposes. And to every viewer, it doesn't matter what you're going through today. Everything can change within a second. You only need to decide, believe in yourself, wake up every early in the morning, do anything. It doesn't matter whether you have education or you don't have education. What matters is, are you aggressive, are you creative, and are you somebody who is open-minded that you can do anything to give you food. Good. All right, let's give a man behind the camera to also give us a word of the day.
For today, I don't have any word.
You don't have any word?
For your viewers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Asante.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you so much.
Asante kwa kuja.
Thank you.
We are happy.